Hello everybody, this is Courtney again. Nice to see that we already have some people joining us in the chat. Today's class is going to be a class on pronunciation. We're going to read some articles together. So let's see, let's have some people join the class. If you're listening to me right now, feel free to hit that join class button in the top right hand corner. Hello Ruben.
Oh.
Hello Ruben, how are you?
Hello.
Hi, is that Don?
Yeah, it's Don. Everyone. Yes, hi.
Hello Diego, how are you?
I'm doing well. What about you?
I'm doing really good. Diego, where are you from?
Oh, sorry. I couldn't hear you. I couldn't hear you.
Where are you from?
I'm from Colombia.
Colombia, wonderful. Hi Ruben, how are you?
Hello, Courtney. I'm fine. And you?
I'm good. And where are you from?
I'm from Mexico City.
Mexico City, wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful.
And you?
I'm from Illinois, the United States.
Okay.
Hi Hien, how are you?
Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm sorry about that. Hien, how are you today? Hold on. Okay, sorry about that little issue there. How are you doing today, Hien?
Yeah, I'm doing fine.
Good to hear. Good to hear. And how's your week been? Has it been a busy week for you?
I can't remember. No, it's not busy at all. I spent the whole week learning English.
Learning English. Well, that's a good way to spend your week. It's a good way to spend your week.
Yes.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to block this person because of the background.
Hello.
Alrighty. We also have, let's see, Rebecca and Vincenzo. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your names. And Motas. Hello, can everyone hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes.
Is it Motas? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. So how are you today?
I'm great, thank you. What about you?
I'm good. And where are you from?
I'm from Syria.
Did you say Syria?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay. And Vincenzo? Hello.
Yes.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm from Mexico.
From Mexico. Wonderful. We have two people from Mexico with us today. Okay. I'm sorry. Don, I'm afraid there's a lot of background noise with your mic, and it's a bit distracting. Hello, Dimitri. How are you?
Fine, thanks.
And tell me, where are you from?
I'm from Russia,
From Russia.
eastern part of Russia.
Wonderful, wonderful. And Rebecca, can you hear me? Are you there?
Yes. Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Um, I come from Thailand.
You're Thailand? Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, I've tried blocking this person several times because of the noise,
Yes.
but I'm not sure if I actually can. So, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start the class. So if you haven't already, please take a look at those documents that I had added onto the class. They were, let's see what we had. We had the lottery winner document, the incredible journey from gamers to doctors.
Okay. What is it here?
Right, so let's take a look at all of those. And we also had ebooks. We had ebooks. Okay, so if everyone has all of those documents up, I'd like to start with Incredible Journey. And I'd like to start by asking people about some journeys that they've taken in their life. So can someone tell me about an adventure they've had, whether it be if you've been out of the country or just somewhere that you've been, some fun time that you've had, some excitement that you've had? So does someone volunteer to tell me about an adventure they've had in their life?
Teacher, a question.
Yes?
Are we gonna have any test to read or something?
Yes.
Like that?
Well, we're going to have, yes, we're going to read out loud in this class. Mm-hmm.
And do you have the link? Or
Do I have what?
The link?
The links? Yes, I have the links to all of them, and I posted them with the class, but I'll also post them in the chat for you.
Oh, thank you, teacher. You're very kind.
Okay.
Okay.
What is the first? Scholastic. This is
Right. Mm-hmm.
Scholastic. Incredible journey.
An incredible journey. Okay.
Okay. Does everyone have the documents up on their screen now?
I do.
Yes.
Yes.
I do.
Okay, good. Okay, so we're going to start with the Incredible Journey article. It's a story about one young girl's trip to the South Pole. And I'd like to start just by talking a little bit about some adventures we've had ourselves. So would anyone like to tell me about an adventure they've had in their life? Whether it be big or small. Just some sort of adventure. Just a nice story. Something that you feel like is a good story to tell.
Okay.
Diego, have you ever had any adventures?
No, I haven't.
Never had any adventures?
Okay, I call adventure, for example, when you can travel to another place and you can know about their culture or something like that. But the only thing I could have is, for example, to go to a river, and this is not adventure. Okay.
Well, I think an adventure could be something smaller as well. For example, I didn't leave my country until I was until this year, until I was 18, and I still had adventures before then. I went to there's a place from my house about 30 minutes away that I like to go hiking. I used to go on hiking adventures with my friends. We find all sorts of interesting things, all sorts of interesting animals, interesting plants. It was a beautiful view from the top if you hiked all the way to the top of the nature reserve. So even just something like that.
Ese sitio es bueno por eso.
Has anyone taken a long trip? No? Okay, well, we can go ahead and get started with the article then. Okay, we're starting with Incredible Journey. It starts with a name, Amelia Heppelman. Would anyone like to volunteer to start reading?
Aventuras y apellido, ovejas de Siria. Pero ella dijo, tomamos una calle larga, no te quiero, ¿no?
Ken, would you like to read for us?
Yes.
Okay.
Ken, you'd like to start?
Me?
Yes. So, like, how long should I, teacher?
Yes?
Where should I stop?
Okay, we're starting
Where
with
should I stop?
you can stop a family adventure.
Okay. Incredible journey. Amelia, 17, made it all the way to the South Pole on skis.
Mm-hmm.
Amelia Hempleman Adams huddled in her tent, trying to sleep. The temperature was negative 35 degrees Celsius. Wind wiped across the frozen land, making it feel even colder. The icy gusts made the tent flap and even more little at times. It was November 2011. Amelia had bravely joined a group of adventurers on the trip of a lifetime. The group trekked 97 miles on skis and on foot across one of the coldest places on Earth. On December 9th, Amelia, then 16, became the youngest person ever to ski to the South Pole.
Perfect. There was only one word on the in the first paragraph. Wind whipped across the frozen land. Mm-hmm. But otherwise, yes. Perfect.
Across the frozen.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Would anyone like to continue?
Me.
Family adventure. Who said
Yeah.
that? Diego. Okay, Diego. Would you please read for us?
Yeah. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A family adventure. The trip was very dangerous at extremely cold temperatures. It takes only a few minutes for frostbite to set in when skin is bare. That can cause someone to lose a finger or a two. The
So,
team had to bring all the gear and food they would need. The nearest people were miles away. Luckily for Amelia, she was traveling with an expert, her father, David. He is an adventurer who has gone a dozens of treks to places like Antarctica and the North Pole. Before the trip, Amelia's dad helped her gather
mm-hmm.
all the gear she would need. Special clothing included layers of socks and gloves, skirts, hats, a snowsuit, a giant snow boots. I work a bit like an astronaut in them, says Amelia.
Mm-hmm. Very good. On the last paragraph, gather all the gear.
I'd like to read.
Gather all the gear. Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay. Got it.
Natasha, did you say you'd like to read?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's start at cold
Okay.
training.
Cold training.
Mm-hmm.
Just gathering gear wasn't enough to prepare, though Emilia had to learn how to survive in an icy wilderness.
Wilderness.
Mm-hmm. She had to practice setting up a tent, cooking, and even going to the bathroom. So before Emilia and her dad left, they practiced how? By camping out in the coldest place they could find, close to their home in England. They went to the deep freeze room in a supermarket called Iceland. It was funny, because all around us were boxes of frozen fish fingers and turkeys, says Emilia, We were there with our tent, sleeping bags, stove, and other equipment.
Good. Very good. Would anyone like to continue after that?
Can I?
Who was that? Ruben?
Yes.
Yes, please do.
Off to Antarctica. When they were ready to begin their trip, Amelia and her dad flew from England to Chile, a country in South America. From there, they flew to Union Glacier in Antarctica.
Perfect.
It was bright and so cold. I knew I was in Antarctica, says Amelia. The group had one more flight on a tiny plane. Then they began their trek of 6 walking. They started from a spot where an early explorer, Ernest Selok, had a turn back during a trip across Antarctica. What is? In 1999. It was 97 miles in their quad, the South Pole. All around them was empty sky and ice land. You can imagine being in such a lonely place until you are actually there, says Amelia. It's just you and the team and then elements for as far as you can see.
Okay, wonderful, Ruben. There was just one word in there. It was after the first paragraph. It was so bright and so cold. So bright. Very good.
Okay.
We have some good readers here today. Alrighty, would anyone like to continue? Does anyone feel comfortable reading some more? Okay, do you want to start back with Ken?
Can I do it again?
I'm sorry, who was that?
Diego?
Diego? Okay, Diego.
Okay. 17 nights on the ice. There were many things to get used to. The sun never sets at that time of year in Antarctica. That meant that sunlight streamed into the tent all night long, plus Amelia's dad snores. That made it even harder for her to sleep. Each team member had to pull a heavy sledge
Sledge.
full of gear.
Gear.
Gear, okay, gear. By the end of the day, Amelia's shoulders ached. One day, it was so cold, the sunglasses she was wearing caused a cold burn on her nose. Another day, the group had a whiteout. Snow was blowing so thickly that they could barely see. That was scary because Amelia, you have to put your head down and follow the sledge in front of you. But the hardest thing for her was missing her friends back home. After 70 nights, the group reached the South Pole. It was simply amazing, says Amelia, who is now 17. It's something I will remember for the rest of the It's something I will remember for the rest of my life.
All right, very good. Very, very good. Okay, does everyone know what a sledge is? Here, I'll copy and paste a picture of a sledge. It's a little hard to describe without a picture, so there it is. It's something that you use to travel on the snow.
Okay. Sledge.
Okay, so that is a sledge. Well, I posted the link again. Okay, so tell me, what do you think about this article? A 16-year-old traveling to the South Pole. Isn't that brave? Would you ever make a trip like that? Ken, would you ever make a trip to the South Pole like that? Traveling by sled? On that picture that I showed you?
No, I've never experienced snow.
Don't you think it'd be scary? Maybe dangerous?
I'm not sure if I'm not sure if I can survive.
You're not sure of what?
That's very scary.
Yes, it would be very scary, wouldn't it?
I'm not sure if I can survive.
It definitely would be something you have to learn before you go. It's not something you can just do. It takes a lot of practice, right? So it said in the article, it said that they had to have cold training. Let's take a look at that. Everyone look back at the article under cold training. So they had to practice by camping out in the coldest place they could find, close to their home in England. They went to the deep freeze room in a supermarket called Iceland. Could you imagine practicing going to the South Pole in a freezer in a supermarket? Isn't that interesting?
It's weird.
Definitely colder. Definitely. Okay, so with that, we're going to go ahead and move on to our next article, and I posted the link again. But before we start, I'd like to ask everyone, if you won the lottery, if you won $1 million, what would you do with it?
My God, I'll buy some cars and I would travel around the world.
Right, you do a lot of traveling.
And I would help poor people, for example, in Africa and different parts of the world.
You'd help people?
Yeah, I would like doing that if I had a lot of money.
Yes, that's what our article is about, someone who did a lot of helping people with his money.
Okay.
Ruben, if you won $1 million, what would you do? What would you do with the money?
Oh my God.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I think that no, I don't.
Not even sure? So overwhelmed by that amount of money?
Yes, it may be, but I need to work.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I need to do that.
Okay. Ian, if you won $1 million, if you won the lottery, what would you do?
Well,
What
right
would you
now
do with
I
the
can only think of buying a new camera.
A new camera?
Yeah.
You'd still have a lot of money left after that camera, I hope.
Yes.
I'd like to see $1 million camera. That'd be interesting. That'd be interesting. Okay, well, we're going to read this next article together. It's called Lottery Winner in BC Donates Money to Help Community. And I posted a link in the chat, so please bring it up. And Ruben, would you like to start us off? Would you like to start reading that article for us?
Me again.
He's away.
I don't know where he went. He disappeared. Ken, would you like to start?
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay.
So just stop me
Okay.
whenever you...
We'll stop at Lotto Max.
Okay. Lottery winner in BC donates money to help community. When blankets arrived for the homeless and new cars give those people in the city of tourists in British Columbia thought it must be magic. It turned out the magic was coming from Bob Earth, 60, who won $25 million in a national lottery called Lotto Max.
Wonderful. And does everyone know where British Columbia is? Can anyone tell me where British
No.
Columbia is? British Columbia
Is it in Canada?
Yes. Perfect. British Columbia is in Canada. So
okay.
Yes. So this article is about a man in Canada who won the lottery, and he would like to read next. Vincenzo, are you there?
Yes. I continue.
Yes. Would you like to read?
Okay. Herb believes in sharing his wealth In fact, since he won the lottery about a month ago, he's given away more than 7 million. He has given money to the staff on the gas station where he bought the ticket. He gave 2,000,
20,000.
20,000,
Mhm.
20,000 to the man who sold him the ticket. He's given money and shoes to the homeless, and he's helped support more than a dozen local
Businesses.
businesses.
Mhm. Would you like
Um,
to read one more paragraph for us?
uh, Herb has been buying lottery tickets for more than 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
One day, the clerk he bought the ticket from accidentally rang up more places than Herb had asked for, but he let it ride, and it's a good thing he did, because one of those plays hit the 35 million jackpot.
Wonderful. Okay, so let it ride. We ran into that term here in our article. Can anyone explain to me what let it ride means? Does anyone know?
When is
Let it
Let it
ride.
be.
run up?
Let it ride. Okay, so in this context, we're talking about how a cashier had accidentally rang up too many tickets, too many chances to win for this man, and he let them ride. This means that he just, as Han said, he let it be, that he did not demand his money back, that he just let them ride. He just took his chances on it. So, okay, who would like to continue? Diego?
Okay. Oh my God, where
Herb's
the last?
generosity.
Okay, thank you. Erb's generosity. Generosity has helped his whole community. The new vehicle. Oh my God.
Vehicles? It's okay.
What? Vehicles?
Vehicles.
Vehicles he bought and gave away helped the car seller have a better year. And if people he chose didn't need the vans, they passed them on to someone else in need. Evans lived in the area for many years, and generosity is nothing new to him, according to people who know him. On a recent visit to a senior center for lunch, Herb ate his soup and sandwich and then wrote a check for $20,000 to help out the center.
Wonderful. Great, great, great.
Continue or another person?
Yeah, you can finish it off if you'd like. You can finish.
Okay. Herb said the money wouldn't change him. His friends agree. They say he believes in paying forward or sharing good luck, inspiring others to do the same. Herb has put some of the money into a trust fund for his grandchildren, and he has invested $10 million of it in stocks so he can use the interest to keep helping people.
Okay, wonderful.
Okay, thank you.
All right. I just wanted to bring attention to one word. It is in the third to last paragraph. It is check. Everyone look in the Google Hangout chat about and look at how I spelled it. I spelled it CHEQUE.
I
There are
think it's
two ways.
French.
No, it is an English word.
Yeah, I know it's an English word, but it came from...
Right. There are two ways to spell it: check, QUE, and check, CK. In American English, where I come from, it would be spelled CHECK, check. However, outside of the United States, in England and other places, they use the term cheque, although the other spelling is also recognized. So that's just a little difference between American English and other ways of speaking English, other dialects.
Oh, but is the pronunciation similar? Yeah?
It's the same.
It's
Check.
the same? Okay, check. Okay.
Okay, so a popular idiom, I know I've taught a lot of classes on idioms and expressions, but a popular idiom is, it's better to give than to receive.
It's better to give than to receive.
Mm-hmm.
What expression, teacher? What? Which expression?
Okay, it's better to give than to receive. This idiom means that it is better to give money, to give time, to give a little part of yourself than it is to receive gifts. They say this a lot around Christmas time. They say this a lot. Like I said, in this context, the man who won the lottery, he thought it would be better to give than to receive. So whenever he received his money, he gave it back to his community, right?
Okay.
So do you feel that it's better to give than to receive? And in what ways have you given something of yourself to others? Whether it be in gifts or maybe just a compliment to somebody. Tell me, in what ways have you given to others?
Teacher, I can't understand this word. Paying forward.
Pay it forward?
Yes, it says, they say he believes in paying forward. I can't understand.
Okay. Wonderful question. Okay. Pay it forward is an expression that means it means to give back.
To give
So,
back. To give back. Okay.
It's an expression that means to give back. So when it says that he believes in paying it forward, it means that he believes in giving back to his community. He believes in giving back to the people who allowed him to achieve his greatness or his fame.
Okay.
Oh, can you explain what trust fund is? Trust fund.
What is?
Trust fund.
Trust fund?
Yes. In the last paragraph.
In the last paragraph? Let me see.
It was put some of the money.
Into a trust fund for his grandchildren and his investor. Okay, yes. A trust fund, let me think of a good way to explain this. A trust fund is money that you set back for relatives or even friends in some cases to ensure their safety and well-being in the future. So, say for example, a lot of times whenever a couple gives birth to a child, they will open a trust fund for that child so that if something were to happen to that couple, if they were sick or unable to take care of that child later on in life, the child will have money to provide for itself. Or whoever ends up taking care of that child in place of the parents, they will have money to take care of them. So whenever he puts money into a trust fund for his grandchildren, he's trying to take care of his grandchildren and ensure their well-being.
Okay.
You
so
understand? Is that clear?
Can I open a trust fund account in a bank or
yes.
in another financial institution?
No, you can open a trust fund with a bank.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. These have been some really good questions. Do we have any more about that article? Anything else? Okay. Well, if you'd like, we can go ahead and move on then. We can go to this article, Gamers to Doctors. And whoever would like to volunteer to start, please do.
I'll start.
Okay, Mufaz, please start. From Gamers to Doctors.
Okay. Do video games rot your brain? Not really, even if some adults like to say they do. In fact, some skills gained from playing video games can actually help your brain. A new study suggests young gamers perform better than medical school students in robotic surgery simulation. Do I continue?
Yes.
Researchers wanted to see if the skills video gamers develop are useful for surgery, especially robotic surgery, which uses computers to perform precise movements during difficult operations. Just as video games require players to have good hand-eye coordination, robotic surgery requires doctors to simultaneously use their hands and keep an eye on a monitor. Robotic system then carry out the movements that human hands would do.
Okay, wonderful. In the very first paragraph, the first sentence, do video games rot your brain? That's rot. That is a short O sound. Rot. So
what does it mean?
Rot.
Is it like control your brain or something?
Do video games rot your brain? Rot means to break down. So it means it's bad for your brain. It means it's hurting your brain. It's causing your brain to not be as strong and not be as capable as it would have been otherwise. Okay.
Is it the same to say damage?
I'm sorry?
Is it the same to say damage? Rot?
Damage, yes. Damage,
okay.
Rot, very similar. Wonderful.
The same?
How about simulation? What is it?
Simulation? Okay. Simulation. It's a little bit difficult to explain, but it's a simulation is an imitation of something. If you simulate something, it means that you are imitating it without doing it. Imitation.
Is it like a practice?
Yes, it's like practice without doing the actual thing. A simulation.
It's like a copy movements, right?
Right.
Teacher, this paragraph it says, okay, to have good hand-eye coordination.
Okay, hand-eye coordination. You know how we all play video games here, right? Everyone here has played video games before?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Okay, so you know whenever you have the paddle in your hand and you're staring at the screen, how you don't look at your paddle whenever you move your hands? Right, that's hand-eye coordination refers to looking at something and moving your hands at the same time.
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
Yes.
I'm great doing this thing.
Playing, what do you mean?
I'm great doing this thing. I'm a gamer.
Oh, you're a gamer, huh?
Yeah.
Well, according to this article, you would also be a good surgeon. Hazem, would you like to read for us?
Really, I am. It's the first time I share this class. I don't know.
You want to wait just a little?
Yeah. I ask you which topic I must read for you.
Okay, we are reading an article right now on off of Scholastic.com, and I will post the link.
Yes, I ask you if if you suggest this article for me and other student, or I should read the topic that or you want me to suggest article for you right now?
Are you asking me why I chose this article?
Yes.
I chose this article because I
I
thought
don't have an article that you read from it right now.
okay, I posted the link to the article on the Google Hangout chat.
Yes, can you give me the link for this article to read it for you?
The
Can
name of the
you?
article?
Yes, yes.
The name
I
of the
give.
article is From Gamers to Doctors. It is on scholastic.com.
Yes, I will down it right now.
Okay. Who would like
Can
to
I
continue? Third
can I
paragraph.
continue?
Yes,
Leandro? Yes.
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 Well,
Yes, from any point I should start.
Oh my God.
Okay. If you would
Uh,
start at the inspiration.
Inspiration, yeah. The inspiration for this study first developed when I saw my son, an avid video game player, take the reins of a robotic surgery simulator at a medical convention. Says Sammy Click of the University of Texas Medical Branch at
Galveston. Galveston.
Galveston. With no normal training, he was immediately at ease with the technology and the types of movement required to operate the robot. Right?
Robot.
Robot. Yeah. Should I continue?
Yes.
Kalik and his colleagues compared the
Robotic.
robotic surgery simulation skills of medical school residents with those of high school and college students who spend 4 hours each day playing video games. In tasks like pathing a needle of lifting instruments with a robotic arm, gamers had equal or better hand-eye coordination and hand skills than the medical student. The the researchers uh, the researchers found the gamers who played up to 2 hours of video games per day performed best. Studies like this may help medical schools develop uh,
Develop.
new, develop new ways to train future generations of surgeons. Can suggest as we see students with enhanced hand-eye coordination that are a result of a technologically savvy world they are immersed in. Kalik says we should rethink how best to teach this generation.
Okay. Very, very good. In the
uh,
last paragraph, there are some, we have some interesting words there. Technologically savvy.
yes.
Uh,
Technologically savvy. Let's all say that together. That's a little difficult. Technologically savvy.
yes.
What mean?
Technologically savvy. Let's all say that.
Technologically
Technologically savvy.
Technologically savvy. Very good.
What means
Okay.
And what means that?
Okay.
Savvy.
Savvy? Okay, to
Yeah.
be technologically savvy or to be savvy at anything means that you are very good at it. So
Okay.
I could say I like to play the flute. I'm a flute player. I'm musically savvy. I'm good at music. Okay, and another word that I wanted to look at from that article, it was from the very beginning. It's the word
I have-
avid. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, can I ask?
It is cute.
Okay.
Can I ask?
Mm-hmm. You have a question?
I ask. Yes, I have one word I can't get to the meaning of it.
What is it?
It is arrays. It's the second row of the paragraph. I start to read it. When we say uh, take the reins of robotic surgery simulator at the medical convention, right? Reins.
Take the reins.
Yeah.
Okay. Take the reins. I'm going to write that little phrase for us. Take the reins is an expression.
Yes.
To take the reins of something means that you are in control of it.
You are in control.
To take the reins means to take control.
To get control?
Right. So in this sentence, it says, the inspiration for this study first developed when I saw my son, an avid video game player, take the reins of a robotic surgery simulator. That means that he was the one controlling the simulator.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
And
okay, and another word that I wanted to look at was avid. Can anyone tell me what avid means?
Where is this word?
It's in that same, I believe it's in that same paragraph. Let me take a second and look just to be sure.
Yes, the same paragraph, but in any
the inspiration, yes, it's in the very first sentence of the first, second, third, fourth. No, third. Sorry, it's the third.
Please,
first sentence.
Can you repeat this word again,
avid.
please? Avid?
Avid. Mm-hmm. Let's all say that together. Avid.
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 Mm-hmm.
Maybe I mean that his son usually play games.
Right.
Maybe every day.
Right. An avid player means someone who loves to do something. If you're avid about doing something, you love to do it. You do it a lot.
Please, teacher, can you type this word in book chat, please?
Yes, I typed it in the Google Hangout chat. It is spelled A-V-I-D. Avid.
Okay. And I want to
Is it similar to enthusiastic?
Yes, very similar to enthusiastic. Avid implies that it's something you do a lot. You can be enthusiastic about something without doing it often. But if you are an avid player of video games, that means you play a lot of video games. You do it often and you really enjoy it. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And there is another word.
Is there another word you were confused about?
Yeah. Resident.
Resident?
Yeah, and the next part of this paragraph, when we say resident with those of high school and college students who spend to
I see.
Residents.
Okay.
Yeah.
Killick and his colleagues compared the robotic surgery simulation skills of medical school residents with those of high school and college students who spent. Okay. So, a medical school resident is someone who has completed or is still working on their training, and is also doing some practice in their field. So, a resident is a student.
Yeah.
Practicing within their field.
Okay. And there is other word. I want to ask about needle. Needle? Yeah.
A needle is a medical instrument, but it takes...
it is a noid or powder.
Yeah, I will give you a link. That's a really long link. I apologize for that. I just searched Google really quick. A needle, that is a surgical instrument. But it could also be a needle you use for sewing, and I'll
Yes, I get it.
right.
And
What means surgeons?
Where is it?
Surgeons.
Surgeons?
Surgeons.
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 A surgeon is a medical professional. It's a specific type of medical professional. It's someone who specializes in surgery. That means they can cut you open, or they can, right.
Okay, thanks.
And
Okay. So we were discussing the word avid. We were talking about how it means that it means enthusiasm for something that you do often. So tell me, what all kinds of things are you avid about? I'm an avid flute player. How would you describe yourself using the word avid? Ian, would you like to start? What are you avid about?
I'm an avid cook.
You're an avid cook? You're good at cooking? You like to cook? You do it a lot?
Yes.
Wonderful. Good. Fantastic.
I ask, sorry, teacher. I ask about the word immerse.
Nurse? N-U-R-S-E?
Yeah.
Immerse.
Immerse. Yeah.
I'm sorry?
What they are immersed. Immersed.
Oh, immersed.
Immersed. Immersed.
You mean in the last paragraph?
Yes.
The last one.
Okay. Immersed means that you are completely...
Go inside.
Yes,
Go
completely inside.
Inside.
Completely inside. You are immersed. Right.
And I ask about this. We should rethink. It means we must think a second. Rethink.
Rethink?
Yeah. To go back to thinking.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
And,
to rethink means to think a second time.
Yeah, and enhance it.
Enhance?
Means support.
Let's see.
Increase.
Yes, we see students with enhanced. It means
or support.
Increased.
Increase.
Mm-hmm.
Better.
Enhanced could mean rise depending on the context.
Okay. Mm-hmm. But in this case,
it means better.
Yes,
better.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and ask you about this expression. Sorry, teacher. I ask you about this expression. Hand-eye.
Hand-eye coordination.
Yes. What the meaning of this expression when you say hand-eye coordination?
Okay, well, I explained this just a little earlier in class. So is there anyone in the class who can explain what hand-eye coordination is? Does anyone remember?
For example,
I can explain.
Go ahead.
Because I didn't start the class as the
It's okay. No, this is a good test for them. It's a good test for everyone that was here.
Yes,
so,
we should test them.
Diego, do you want to tell me what hand-eye coordination is?
Okay. I think by my own words, for example, is when you are good at I don't know how to say.
Video games?
No. For example, you can coordinate. Who is asking this question? Who is asking this question? Ryan? No.
No.
Hazin.
Yes.
Ryan?
Yes. I asked this question because
Hazen.
Yes.
Hazen?
Yes.
Okay, Hazen. Go. For example, do you know what coordinate is?
Yes, I know.
Coordinate?
Coordinate the axis of something when we talk about geometric accent.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay, Hazim?
teacher? Yes, you know, teacher,
Okay.
axis or coordinates.
Okay,
Yeah.
When we
yes.
try
Okay.
But, however,
Hand-eye coordination is, for example, when you can coordinate your eyes and your hand. For example, when you are playing a video game, you can you
let me
like
explain
the
it
teacher
right.
further.
said.
Hold on, quiet. I want to explain.
Okay.
That was perfect. That was a perfect explanation. But there are two meanings to there are two meanings to coordinate.
Okay.
You can have coordinates, which is what Hazim was explaining to us, and that has to do with mathematics. And then we have the word coordinate, and it's actually pronounced just a little bit different. We have coordinates and we have
Yeah.
coordinates.
Okay. It's different.
Okay, to coordinate something means to do
Yeah.
two things in tandem, to do them together. So whenever Diego was explaining hand-eye coordination, he was saying that you're using your eyes and your hands together to play a video game, right?
Oh, right. I get it.
Right.
It means to make his hand and eyes working at the same time to
Right.
play his games.
Perfect.
Good. It's a
So
good explanation.
what about the other coordinate? What about that?
Coordinates?
Because you said it had
two
two
meanings?
different meanings or two different meanings or two different pronunciation or something.
Yes, we have coordinate and we have coordinates. Coordinates, they're a little bit different, but coordinates are a little difficult to explain out of context. But you know how we have in mathematics there, whenever you're plotting something, whenever you're trying to draw something, you have a graph with bars.
Okay.
Let me find a picture online.
The two axes it means y and x. When you talk about care, we should make two axes, a horizon axis and I think vertical.
Right.
Right. Very
Right.
good axis.
Okay, I found a picture, and I'm going to post it in the chat. And I'm also wait, hold on, give me one moment. Okay. Okay, it should be posted now. And I'm also going to screen share it. The screen share has been a little ornery with me. It's not wanting to work all the time, though, so please bear with me.
I hate the picture.
Okay, so, yeah, it's a little complicated. Okay, does everyone see the picture?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I know.
Yes.
Okay.
Coordinate system.
Okay, you see the numbers, -3, 1, and all the other numbers? Those numbers are coordinates.
Coordinates.
Yes.
Coordinates.
Yes. Here we have the horizontal side of the graph, and here we have the vertical.
Very good.
Right. What Hazem was talking about were these numbers. Whenever you go horizontally, it gives you the horizontal coordinate. Whenever you go vertically, it gives you the vertical. So that's
And
that.
the cross of two axes it's called origin, right?
Right. Where they cross at 0, 0 in the very center of the graph is the origin.
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 Yeah.
Origin. Okay. Interesting.
The point of stopping.
Yes. And since we're almost out of time, we don't have time for our final article. I'll go ahead and share with you. There's another meaning for the word origin. Can anyone explain what the other meaning of the word origin is? The more commonly used meaning?
Origin?
Origin.
You want to know the meaning of this word?
Yes.
Origin? Origin, I mean...
Not in math. The other. Not in mathematics. The other meaning.
Origin, it means...
where something comes?
Yes, you said that.
Where something comes
Vincenzo. Yes, Vincenzo. Perfect. It's where something comes from, where something originates,
from.
right?
Yes.
Origin, it means the standard copy of something. Origin.
It's where it comes from, yes. It's where it starts, where it begins, where it
Yeah,
originates.
or we can say original,
Yes.
for something, right?
Right. So for example,
Yes,
I was talking to Hien, I could say, Hien, where are you from? And she could say, well, I originated from, and then tell me where she was born.
yes, that's right.
Right. So I
But
originate from
we can,
Illinois.
yes, I ask you this shot. If I say I am, uh, I am, I am from original. How I can say it?
I am
Uh,
originally from.
I am originally from Egypt, right?
Hmm.
Right? Yeah,
Perfect.
original. Yeah, I am originally from Egypt, right?
Wonderful. Perfect. Okay, well, it's been nice
Okay.
talking to everybody, but it's time for me to end my class now. Thank you so much for coming.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, teacher. You're very kind.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you,
See
teacher.
you.
Can you teach mathematics next time?
Oh, I'm so terrible at math. You don't want to learn math from me. You do not want to learn math from me.